All right, brother.
Bye.
Go. Did you guys enjoy that exchange on Justin Martyr and John? By the way, use my YouTube channel search engine. Put John 1. Use the blog. Put John 1. Put Justin Martyr. Go rewatch, reread the material and the sessions. All you need to do here, for example, you go to my blog, just put in Justin Martyr, dude. Shoot, start reading. It's yours. Print them, upload, don't lose them. And just keep scrolling down. Oh, wow, Justin, and click older post until you run, oh, gee, oh, wow, goodness gracious. And you can then put John 1. Just put John 1, colon. Just it. Don't put John 1:1. Just put John 1, colon. Let's see what we find. Oh, wow, John 1:1 revisited. Oh, New Testament, John 1:1. Oh, golly, gee. See? And just click older. That's it. And then if you want to see the sessions, go to my YouTube channel. Guys, stop watching Netflix, Xbox, binge watch, get your pizza, Mount Noon watch. Oh, wow, Sam's funny. Hey, bring me that pizza. Obviously, I can't do that because I got to lose weight. I got to look better than Protestant believer. Here, put in John 1 and put colon. That's it. Oh, wow. Understanding John 1, it's Trinitarian implications. Understanding John 1. Oh, I got to do another playlist. I didn't know I had more than one. All right, John 1 and death of Christ. Then I have one that says John 1:118 made easy. Right here. Another nightmare. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm going to do a playlist. And then on top of that, you can do Justin Martyr. Here you go. Put in Justin Martyr. Golly gee, me and my buddy Gay Fryer. Justin Martyr. Oh, golly gee. I'm going to start making playlists. But use the search engine for now. All right. Ben, let me see your camera. Is that you? Oh, that's my boy. Let me make him a mod. All right, now turn it off. Okay, now I'm going to make you a mod. That's him. That's my Binoy right there. All right. What's your question, Ben?
Yeah, I have lots of questions actually. I was debating. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're not. It's okay. You're not too clear, but go ahead.
Yeah, I was debating a Muslim, and yeah, it wasn't really a conclusive debate because he asked me a question that I couldn't answer. It was he was trying to argue against Trinity, and I said that if you try to say that God cannot be incarnated, then you are limiting him. Therefore, he's not all powerful. And he said that if that's the case, then can God lie? Then I said that no, it's not in his nature. Then he said, then you're limiting him too. And I didn't have a clear answer.
No, he got you good because that was a stupid objection to say you're limiting him because you have to let God tell you what he can and cannot do. But say, hold on. Where do you get that it's not in the nature of God to incarnate? It's not in the nature of God to lie, but where do you get that it's not in the nature of God to incarnate? Where does it say that in your book of porn or in the Bible? And how do you know that God cannot lie?
Yeah. I couldn't answer.
How do you know God cannot lie?
Because he's he tries. I mean, he's honest. He tells the truth.
So how do you know that God can lie but chooses not to? That's not an answer. I can choose to be honest and not lie, but it doesn't mean I don't have the ability to lie. So how do you know God cannot lie?
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest.
Because you're both slow like him, you and that Muslim. You sure you're not kissing Blackstone together? Astaghfirullah. So even to say God cannot lie, that means you must have received revelation from God. Otherwise, you wouldn't know that. So you don't even know that. So then I would say, hold on. How do you know that it's not in the nature of God to incarnate? And how do you know that it's not in the nature of God to lie? You have to have revelation, right?
Yeah.
So where in the Revelation does it say God cannot incarnate without ceasing to be God? Nowhere. Not even the Quran, because you have traditions that say Allah appears as a boy, a beardless youth with curly hair, right?
Yeah.
And then Muhammad saw him. And then you have Islamic Muslim who claim to be Salafi that say actually Allah has sifat, characteristics like a foot, a shin, waist, two right hands, and eyes. They don't want to say body parts, but they'll say he really has hands, even though we don't know how, unlike anything in creation. Well, that's an embodied being who needs space to exist. So how do you
Yeah.
know? You tell this guy I'm live. I'm still live, brother. I'll call you a little bit. How do you know that it is not in the nature of God to incarnate? And how do you know it's not in the nature of God to lie? Well, he's got to reveal that, right?
Yeah.
Well, God has revealed he cannot lie, but God has revealed he can become man without ceasing to be God.
Yeah.
Where do we get it from?
But
Because my Bible told me Jesus, the man, is God in the flesh. The man, Christ Jesus, God in the flesh. So right there, that's something within the nature of God. God can do it and be faithful to his nature without diminishing his nature, without altering his nature, because the Bible tells me. And it's that same Bible that tells me he cannot lie. But if you're a Muslim, show me where it says God cannot lie according to your source, and show me where it says God cannot incarnate, become a man without ceasing to be God. I don't care what you got to say. Show me from your revelation, even though I don't accept it. So I'm going to show you from mine. You ready?
yeah.
Where do I know God cannot lie? Because he said he can't. It's impossible. But where does the Quran say God cannot lie? According to the Quran, Allah is the best deceiver, even better than Shaitan.
Yeah.
Here, Hebrews 6, 17, 18. Yeah, you put pineapple on pizza, D, I'm going to dox you. Crystals, Khafi. How are you, Khafi? Let me know. Give me an update. Show me how you are. Khafi. Ana khunathi. Khunath. They say Khafi. We say Khati. Anyway, Hebrews 6, 17, 18. When God wanted to further demonstrate to the heirs of the promise that his purpose doesn't change, he guaranteed it with a solemn pledge. So there are two things that don't change because it's impossible for God to lie. That's why I know
Yeah.
God cannot lie. You got it?
Yeah. Yeah. I got it.
But if the
Yeah.
Bible didn't tell me that, I couldn't tell you he cannot lie. I could only tell you he chooses not to lie. He did this so that we who have taken refuge in him can be encouraged to grasp the hope that is lying in front of us. So I'd say to Muslim, hey, I want to know something. Where does your Allah say he cannot lie? Give me the verses. Because your Quran
Yeah.
says your
They
Allah
can.
is the best deceiver and liar there is.
Yeah. Khairul Makirin.
Yeah, and then say, where does it say in your Quran Allah cannot incarnate, cannot become man without ceasing to be God? Doesn't say that, so stop
Yeah.
lying. My
Yeah.
Bible tells me God cannot lie, Hebrews 6, 17, 18. And my Bible says God can be man without ceasing to be God. So that's one of the things that do not go against his nature. See how easy that was, mister?
Yeah. 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 That was my bad. That was a.
Did I help you now?
Yeah. Yeah. That's a better answer. I will catch up with him.
All right, good. Now
Uh,
smash him and say, if you don't give me ayat from your Quran, I'll take the black stone and I'll make Greg Stafford lick it with pristine malaka.